Combat Championship Series here at Rise Up Arena 9, here with Giyu, the person who won second place at the Street Fighter 6 tournament. Congratulations, sir. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing pretty good, if I say so myself.
Good, yeah. You being one of the players that was known out of Oklahoma in Street Fighter 5, now just coming back into Street Fighter 6. How are you liking Street Fighter 6 versus Street Fighter 5?
That's a nice loaded question. I like it. So I've had this conversation with several players that did play 5, and you know, we kind of all agree that it's a more offensive, not only more offensive game, but it's the total reverse from Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 is a little bit more defensive. Of course, you didn't have like the gauge to where you burn out and then you're in this crisis. But Street Fighter 6 is fun in its own right, in its own way. And so that's something that I personally had a challenge and still have a challenge with. But I'm learning to kind of adapt just with the game itself and not be kind of just stationary in my game feelings, if you will. So I'll say that there's a lot of good things that I like about it, more positive than negative, which is great. So I'm just looking at it with a whole new view.
Okay, yeah, definitely. You just getting back in. It seems like you've already, gotten to a certain level of play. So do you see yourself accomplishing some of the same things that you did in Street Fighter 5 in Street Fighter 6?
I think that I can. I do, because I always have confidence in myself, but I know that I haven't given this game the same amount of dedication that I did with Street Fighter 5, because it was a whole new, kind of play style to it. So if I go ahead and adopt that and just let bygones be bygones with the way that I feel about it, then I could definitely get back to competing at a higher level. I'm not there yet, but I feel like I could definitely get back there.
Definitely. I think that'll happen too. And I want to ask you right quick about your accomplishment in Street Fighter 5. Is there something that you did in Street Fighter 5 that stands out the most?
That's a great question. I have many of those, just personally, just goals. But I would say something that stands out probably the most is when I went to Texas Showdown. I had and I've met him before at Evo. I believe it was Evo 22. But my good old friend Brian F. I ended up running into him in a tournament during Street Fighter 5 called Full Bar Friday. That was ran by my good buddy Matt. Maticus, shout out to Maticus. He used to body me in that game all the time. Ranked, it didn't matter. I got body, and I told him that all the time. But there was one tournament to where I knew I had gotten over that hump, and I was able to, barely etch out a victory against Brian F. And that's kind of when I started to get in a stride of recognizing things and just my game sense kind of picked up and kind of escalated from that point. So that's probably one of the ones that stands out the most, because Brian F.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal player, phenomenal content creator, phenomenal human being. So.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really appreciate you coming out to Rise Up Arena 9 and coming all the way from Oklahoma to get this. And I know you weren't going home with empty, so.
Well, I wasn't in this game. I'm really not confident, because I know it's still things that I got to learn and catch up in the meta. So, but I'm just looking to get back into. So I still got fundamentals, but I got to learn the rest of the tech to be able to compete with some of the top contenders like Sevens. So.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I hope he come back to revenge that loss.
Yeah. Well, he kind of got revenge on me this time, because I did win in Street Fighter 5 at Texas Showdown. So, but yeah, I'm definitely making a comeback. So
okay, seems like we got Texas versus Oklahoma in Street Fighter 6 once again. So hey, we appreciate you coming and hope to see you out here again in the future.
Absolutely, I appreciate you, all you guys do, and I'll definitely be back.
Okay, well, appreciate it, and we'll be seeing more from you in the future, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.